We have a crier.
We have a crier.
We have a crier.
Fifi has come to join us.
And it's not Shannon Hunt. Hey, Fifi.
Hi, everyone. Happy Wicked Wednesday.
Shayla Black, I feel a sense of calm in the force now.
Oh, that's new.
Because it's been kind of a little bit of crazy, a little
lot
bit
of crazy.
loud, a lot of
all that.
picking on Charlie. It's kind of, you know.
Yeah, you know what? Shannon was in fine form. She has picked on you lately.
Shannon does it, but Shannon got it back.
She did.
I'm pretty damn proud of myself. She's quick.
She's quick, but you
Girl's
were
smart and she's quick, but you know,
and Rachel sat there and laughed at both of you.
You don't mess with the Rachel. No. I can mess with Shannon all day long. You can't mess with the Rachel. You guys saw that last week.
Hey, Brenda. Hi, Susan.
Hello.
Thank you. You're just now getting to part 1. Wait till part 2, girl. That's all I'm saying. How are you? Hi, Nikki Ann. Hi, Renee and Brenda. How are you? Thank you, Brenda. Thank you. Yay, it is Wicked Wednesday. It is all day.
It's Wicked Ass Wednesday, Shayla Black.
That's right. Hey, Lauren, how are you? Just got your order, by the way, so we will take care of that as soon as we get all the books. Hi, Virginia. Hi, Cindy. Hey, Louise. How you guys doing? Hi, Tabitha and Avita. Ruth, how you doing? Hi, Nicole.
I just want everyone to appreciate that I was in a mad dash to get here.
He was on the phone.
So I may have forgotten a piece of clothing.
Oh.
Yes.
He does have on some semblance of pants. I will say that.
But there may not be the other set. So we're just hanging out there tonight.
Oh,
so
well.
That's what it's all about.
Look at you, just going commando.
I did not say that, by the way.
Well, you didn't have to. Like
the YouTube censors will come after me.
I don't think they will.
Like I care. But anyway, no. We love our friends at YouTube.
Hi, Nicole. Hey, Dana. I got a Facebook user. I cannot see your name, but hello.
Hi,
Vidi. Good to see you. Hi, Kelly. Yay, it's good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Yeah, Fifi has just been like wanting some mama attention just in the last like 30 minutes. Hey, Rhonda.
Hello, Rhonda.
Hi, Fong.
Dana.
Thank you, Dana. I appreciate that very much. I'm excited. Hi, Beverly. Your husband is still in the hospital after having surgery this morning. I'm sorry. I hope the surgery went well.
Hope he's doing okay, Beverly.
And he
I'm
gets
sure
out
you're looking
soon.
forward to getting him home.
Yeah.
Nicole's in a restaurant watching us on captioning.
I bet the closed captioning is hysterical.
Nicole, I dare you to turn it up live. Just when I say something highly inappropriate. Oh, I guess not. Maybe
which is pretty much all the time.
That's
so
right.
Like,
well, you know, we have to be in the right opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, food actually sounds really good right now.
It does.
I have not had anything to eat.
We haven't. Let's see.
Water is my my food.
What'd you say, Susan? I meant the series Blonde Moment. I get you. It's Eric's birthday.
Yay,
Happy birthday.
Go Eric Lane.
Happy birthday to you.
What are you guys eating for dinner
Happy
tonight?
birthday to you.
What's the cuisine tonight, Nicole?
That's right.
That might encourage me to get something.
No Pants Wednesday.
One of those. Yeah, that's right. One of those, Ruth.
That is right. And Dana loves your shirt.
Commando Charlie.
There you go.
Commando Charlie.
There you go.
Right. Yes, thank you. I love the journey.
Ola from the West Coast. Hey, Jana.
Hello, Jana. Jana, hope you're having a good time.
I hope you're beating the heat at least for a while because it's hot as balls here. Just saying.
It's been hot in certain parts of California.
Yeah, depending. Let's see.
Hello from St. Louis. Starting part 2.
Someone wasn't fed to the Gators. Well,
Dawn, there's always hope.
There's hope, for later. I'll work on that at some point. You know what? I should write a fantasy epilogue that would just be like, and they fed him to the Gators. You are not the first one to suggest that maybe that was a good idea.
Why don't you move over a little bit? You're kind of in my spot.
Where?
Here. No, that's the name of my autobiography.
Where? Let's see.
Lisa Adams.
Thank you, Laura.
Lisa, I hope you're recovering, my friend, still.
Oh,
I felt for you. You poor thing.
Pants are the devil. Yes. I've been wearing dresses at work, telling my coworker, my bosses that I hate my pants, Sarah. Hey, whatever works.
The best part of the best part of working at home, shorts all day long.
No dress code.
There is no dress code.
I have to be honest. That's the best part. Your dad is going to rehab tomorrow, and he's doing good. Yay!
Yay, Kelly.
Hi, Vicky. How are you?
Rehab experience for my mom was awesome, so I hope the same for your dad.
Yes, absolutely. And I got another Facebook user. Hello. You're watching from your hotel room in Virginia, so you hope the Wi-Fi doesn't lag. I get that.
Louise, my hotel room
Room
Wi-Fi
is always like, I don't know about that.
But I appreciate you joining while you're on the road.
Yep, I do. It's been in the 90s in Oregon, Jana says. That's hot for Oregon, I know.
Jana.
So I have to tell you guys, before we really get started, I am working currently on, I'm back in Doomsday Brethren land.
But hold on. Did you finish Wicked and Bear?
Yeah, it's out.
Oh, that's right. It came out today. Is that right, Shayla Black?
No, it came out yesterday.
It came out yesterday.
Because
and it came
he
out,
doesn't know
and it
the
came
day.
out last Friday for those of you that
On our
ordered
store.
the ShaylaBlack.com
And you
store.
got the not safe for work version.
NSWD?
No, NSFW.
Is it SPF 35? What is it? It's
safe
WD 40. What is it?
No, it's, if you need lube like that, you have problems.
Yeah, you don't want that kind of lube.
No, you really don't.
But congratulations on the release.
Thank you. I am super excited. You guys, the reviews have been fantastic. And so many of you have reached out to me, and I have felt like this was a book that I was so excited to write. My problem was it just kept going on, and I had budgeted a certain amount of time for it, and I didn't finish it when I wanted to. But I'm so happy, honestly, that that I took the time to write what I wanted to write and say what I felt like Matt and Madison needed me to say.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, I'm kind of like, readers talk about having a book hangover, and I kind of have one too. So I'm a little bit like wanting so badly to be like,
you can't stand it.
I can't. Well, and the bigger problem was there was so many other things. You guys, that book was already almost 100,000 words, and there was more that I could have said.
And that's in the second part of the duet.
Right, and more that I wanted to say. But Matt and Madison together, between Wicked as Secrets and Wicked and Bear, was 170,000 words.
Good God Almighty!
It's a lot. It's a lot of words.
Good God Almighty! And just quick shout out to all of you that pre-ordered the book and ordered the book, whether it's ebook or print. Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate you.
The reviews were awesome, and those of you that did review and took the time to do that, thank you for that. I want to let everybody know that our print copies are scheduled to get here late next week. So look for
Amazon's attached.
Look for your print copies of Wicked and Bear to be shipped from us probably early that next week, so the week of the 1st.
Yes.
So Shayla will sign them all, and then yours truly will
ship them with love.
Ship them with love.
Yes. And Facebook user says you finished it yesterday and you loved it.
Awesome.
Thank you. I
you were excited about this book.
I really was. It's sometimes you just have a super clear vision of what you want to say. And this was one of those times that it's not, sometimes you get into a book and you're like, I know the big things and there's scenes in between, and I kind of know, some of the things, but sometimes you're always like, I don't know how this conversation is going to go or how we're going to get from point A to point B exactly. I'm having another bad bang day. I don't know why. Anyhow.
Where's the curl you keep talking about?
No, I have none.
I don't know why you obsess in the bathroom. I'm showering.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about
this. Well, this was the curl. I had curl, and then you showered.
You're like, we got to turn this on so we don't get the humidity. I'll lose all my curl. Well, you had none to begin with. So
I did have some. I had some, and then you came and took a shower, which I always tell you to do it earlier.
When the water runs down my body.
Oh my gosh.
It's
I'm going to get some speech here.
It's kind of a an intimate moment. It really is. What are
you like enjoying?
The birds are chirping and the
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
That was an aside. So go ahead, Jill.
Yeah. Okay. So because I wasn't talking or anything when you interrupted me when the water runs down my body,
triples off my nipples.
Gosh.
Anyway, go ahead.
You know what? I'm totally, Kelly, going to blame my bad hair day on him. I think it's fair.
Hey. Let me tell you right now, this hair now, this hair is out of control.
I like it.
I am overdue a haircut by 3 weeks.
I like it.
3 weeks. And look at this. And I'm a mop right now. I hate it.
Selena has a good question. Do I free write or lay everything out? Well, so in writerly circles, we call this, are you a plotter or a pantser? Meaning that you write by the seat of your pants. I will call myself a plantser. It depends. Every book is a little different. This is a book I felt like I knew more what I wanted to say, perhaps, than I do some other times. And then there were other spots where I was still kind of like feeling my way through. That's typical. I want some spontaneity. I have had books. I had a book, for instance, once upon a time. It's been probably 10 years ago, but I used to plot everything.
Oh my gosh.
Like
Storyboard
rigidly.
it, everything. Yes.
The problem, I really don't like this. The problem with that was, sometimes you would get there and the characters wouldn't cooperate. And I used to try to force them to cooperate, which was always a bad time for everybody. And so I learned to do a little less like rigid plotting. I know the main points before I get started for sure. Like I said, sometimes most of the time I leave myself room for bits of conversation. I don't always know how an argument exactly is going to flow or a conversation. Sometimes I get something totally different than I would have thought if I was saying, okay, I'm going to plot this in advance, right, and this is what it's going to be. And then sometimes I get something that's really spot on with what I thought it was going to be, but it's even better than I imagined, because I run a lot of dialogue in my head as I'm thinking about things. I don't write it down because it's in the moment and I never know if I'm really going to like it or use it. But a lot of times I'll actually write some scenes and I'll be like, that's even more epic than I thought. And I'm super, if you've read the end of Wicked and Bear in particular, and you know the big climactic scene, there was a lot of talking. There was a lot of how the orchestration of that scene, it's super long because it needed to be. There was a lot to get out. And I had some thoughts about how that was going to run. And in my original vision, a video was going to do a lot of that work for me. And then I was like, no, I don't. I want more like direct involvement. I want more like speeches, heartfelt speeches in the moment. And I don't want to say a whole lot more because I don't want to give anything away. But that was just really important to me. And I'm glad that I don't try to force myself to do, things anymore just because I thought I was supposed to.
Can I just say how proud I am of myself for not interrupting you at all in what your explanation to Serena was? Can I just say how how proud I was of myself? I restrained myself.
If you need to.
From any additional commentary.
Okay.
Shannon, that's how you do it. Okay. When Shannon joins, everybody just realize and explain to her, that's how you do it. You sit and you listen. You don't have to throw penises at everybody's head all the time. So.
Okay, sure.
And he is sitting over here. He will not be coming back on camera.
He is.
We are retiring him from camera work.
Thank you, Virginia. I feel like I do all the time. It's pretty much the same hairdo because this is what my hair does.
Well, it's rare, guys, that we see it right here. Normally it's up here.
It is. When you guys see me, he's always like, could you leave it down? Like the camera turns off and it's immediately back up here. Like I am not used to wearing my hair down anymore.
She's not always prime time ready. I'm just going to say.
I am not.
And I've been married long enough to where I can say that without getting in trouble.
No, I will be the first to admit that.
On the other hand.
Sometimes the story train drives itself. Yeah. And sometimes, I had one book. This is where I started to go, like about a decade ago. And I got to the midpoint and I was like, in my head, it was going to go one way. And I had been struggling kind of to make it go that way. And I already knew I was having struggle with it. And so I ended up being like, okay, well, if I didn't do that, what would I do? What is it that I'm really wanting to do here? And so I picked a completely different thing. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to write, 10 pages down this way. And if I don't like it, I'll just delete them and we'll go on. The end of that book just fell out of me. Like you get that sometimes because you're listening. So yeah.
You just fell out.
No, the story fell out.
Like Carl falling out of his chair.
Probably, yeah. After too much booze, yeah.
Booze always seems to be the issue.
Welcome back.
Jules. I know, Jules.
The ending, thank you, Eve, was so much more. Yeah, you know what? And I wanted the person who really got the spotlight in that scene was somebody I thought, after all the crap that person had been through kind of really deserved it. So, I hope that everybody approves of my choices, because I really felt like there was a lot of things that a lot of people could say who had been wronged by these people, but I think she had been wronged maybe more than anybody else. So that's all I'll say. Right, Tracy? Right?
Tracy, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Christina, maybe there's some truth to that.
Christina, he almost has to sit on between our shoulders here, but he has been the Bob has been the kind of the primary object of the broadcast for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Right.
We're gonna let him have a nap tonight.
Oh, Susan, she said she didn't cry pretty. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Let's be honest.
Exactly. Like, and I loved your photo of your kitty right here on your face as you were sleeping. You know what? If I let Fiona sleep with me, I'm pretty sure that would be the same thing. Yeah.
Mother.
I know.
Have you seen this before? Mother?
Yeah. For sure. So let's see what else is going on. So I will tell you, if Shannon had her way.
Shannon, I thought I banned you from this broadcast. I believe that temporary restraining order is in place and still counts for California.
That's right. So here, you can have fun with that question.
Laura, no, I do not. They're too emotionally challenged for me. Challenging for me, because I have no emotions. So, wait, I do.
You do. Sucks. And he hates it so much.
But I try to bury my emotions, and it sucks sometimes when you can't do it. But no, I don't read all of Shayla's books, but I cheerlead them the whole way through. So,
you know what? His version of being helpful, y'all, is to do the cooking. Because, like,
what about the other thing I do?
What other thing would that be? Take care of the pool?
What about that other thing I do? What about that other thing that I'm well known for in certain circles?
You're going to tell me about that later.
I read it on the wall somewhere.
Got all the justified feels for the ending. Yay. Thank you, Brenda. I loved it. Yes, Kelly, I see you. I see
the Wolford.
There you are, my dear. Exactly, Shan. You're never going to live that comment down.
Well, I'm just happy to see the word, because obviously I just reinforcement that it's true. So, Susan says, William followed that advice with marrying up. Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did.
Yep. He says that all the time. Let's see. Hang on. You miss having a cat. I totally get you. After we lost Mao, gosh, that's been 2016 now.
Jeez.
We didn't wait. We couldn't stand it. I
could.
Stand it. Yeah, he could have. I couldn't.
I said, we're going to take a year off
from
having any animals.
No.
And then what happened? 2 months later, when your mom was here, the enabler, and then you guys went down to the pound and you found these two.
Yeah, we found Floyd and Fifi.
And life has never been the same since.
It was about 2 months. You're right. But that was more than I wanted. Kelly, book mail will be going out probably around August 1st. We got an update from Amazon literally this morning that said the books were delayed. They were supposed to be here next Wednesday, and now they're delayed till the following Sunday. I don't know what's up with that.
So we'll get them signed and out of here.
Absolutely. Hey, Kathy. There you are, girl.
Hello, Kathy Hackett.
How are you?
Hey, Kathy, I replied to your PM, so make sure you saw, or if you have any questions, let me know. Happy to help.
I wanted to, so if Shannon had her way, tonight's broadcast would be, hi, everyone. Thank you for coming. Wicked and Bear is out. Go get a damn copy. And good night, everyone, so I can go start writing the paranormal, because she wants me to
Shannon wants the paranormal.
Yeah, she wants me to start feeding her chapters, and I'm not ready yet.
That's a smooth transition, Shayla Black.
It's true. I wanted to say that.
You got to follow the cue cards on
there
each
is
side
no cue cards. This is all off the top of my head.
Hey, the other day, Shayla, I don't know if you know that, I was at the store.
Oh, my gosh.
And I thought, wow, it's time for a paranormal.
Yes. Yeah, here's Shannon. Yes, get off the live because give me chapters. I should have chapter 1 done like by tomorrow, I promise.
Hello, Joanne. Hello,
Hi,
Joanne.
Joanne. Hi, Julie. I'm really excited, you guys. I'm cooking the things up. It's just like it's taking me a hot minute because not only has it been like 15 years since I started this world, it's been almost 10 since I wrote, no, more than 10 since I wrote in the world, in
And
the
everyone
Doomsday
was asking,
Brethren world.
Where's Shock's book?
Where's
Shock's
book?
Where's
Where's
that was
Bram?
an
Where's
FAQ
Shock?
answer at one
Yep,
point.
at
Yes,
one point
exactly.
it was. So I'm just sitting here kind of going like, it's taking me a minute to like reorient myself.
And those of you guys that don't know, her only foray into the paranormal world was
DDB.
Doomsday Brethren.
Yeah.
And for her to have the opportunity to revisit that land or that world and actually enhance that world.
Yes.
Sexually.
Well, in a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways. And to retouch the stories.
Yes. And I finally now have the space, you guys. As I'm going through like the first point of view scene that Olivia has, I realize how much I had to leave on the floor, if you will, on the first go around because my editor was like, it's too long, it's too long, it's too long. Like she cut almost 20,000 words out of that book. I don't want.
No wonder
those
you
words.
Write long now, because just to spite them.
That's right. Damn it.
I
don't want those words back. I want new words back.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Well,
nobody.
I tried. You say both Secrets and Bear. You're like the third person I've heard today, so I get it because that I think of all the cliffhangers so far in these books, that might have been the one that people were like, "What?" Oopsie. Let's see.
Kid Tracy real quick. Tracy, it takes a lot.
It does,
and you have not written in that genre in a decade.
Mm-hmm. More than
it's getting back into that world that you created, the characters that you love because they came from your tiny little head there.
See, and here's Kelly. She's like, I have 2 full bookcases of PNR and fantasy, and I'm like, you know, I so hope. It's funny because I know some people who are like, I'm not really PNR readers. I don't know if this is going to be my jam. Like, I'm not really sure. And then there's people like you. And I'm like, I feel like these are almost 2 different audiences in a way, because there's really a vernacular to reading paranormal romance. And if you're a reader of shifters or a reader of dragons, like, you know, the vernacular and you know the tropes and whatever. And a lot of these people who aren't big paranormal readers don't know these things, so they don't come in with the same expectations, and trying to cater to both audiences is a little odd,
and it's risky as an author, because you could alienate some of your core reader base who knows you for a certain thing. But that's been the great thing about what you do, is you're not afraid to take a risk. And when you did Wicked Lovers, and then you did Doomsday Brethren, and then you shocked the world with the Reed Family Reckoning, and then came back, and of course with Forbidden Confessions. You can't write short for your life, but you did.
Hey, Forbidden Confessions are short.
You did a great job. That's what I said. And then jumping back into the next generation for Wicked Lovers, Soldiers for Hire. I mean, it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of risk too. So my hat, if I had one on, is off to you, Shayla Black.
It's been interesting to kind of get back in, and what's even more interesting is bopping between the head of somebody who's 1,500 years old and the head of somebody who's 23. Like, the whole way they think is different, the whole way they speak is different, and it should be. It's a little whiplashy to go back and forth. And I need a minute to be like, okay, hold it. I mean, speech patterns are different. Vocabulary is different.
But you know what's going to be cool is because you love that freaking world.
I do.
You love that world. That makes the biggest difference because
it does.
You're invested in it, and you can't wait to dive in, which is what you've been doing.
I have been.
I noticed you've been speaking with a bit of a British accent.
I have not.
If you need some tips, I'm happy to help.
No, thank you, but no.
I'm happy to help.
I hope that everybody gives you gift certificates, Brenda. That's awesome. Let's see. Yeah, I'm really excited, like really excited, you guys. It's just I do feel a lot of pressure too. These books had so much love the first time around.
Right.
And so now I'm like, I want to do it. I want to do it right. If that makes sense. Like I want to really, I really want to put in the things that I feel like I would have wanted. And I still want to make them. And when I started the series originally, my approach was, I want to write a paranormal romance for contemporary romance readers. I want to write a paranormal romance that people can understand and relate to.
Sure.
Whether you read paranormal or not. And I feel like it was gratifying the first time around because I feel like people came around and said that I did that. I had people who would come to me and be like, I don't really read paranormal, but I read this and I liked it. And then I had paranormal readers then crossing over and saying, I only read paranormal, but for you, I started reading contemporary romance. Like it was really awesome.
And what's cool is if you've never read paranormal before, that you're bringing your voice to it. So if folks are used to your voice and your storytelling, you're getting that same Shayla Black in those books. It's just in a different genre and in a magical world. So
exactly. Awesome. Well, and that's part of it too. You know, I'm coming at this from a completely different perspective.
Right,
you know, there are things that I feel really strongly about as an author now that even 10 years ago, it's not like I was a baby author. It's just, I think back then when I had suggestions put my way from editorial staff, I felt like, well, this is not something I've done, but I'm willing to try, you know, let's see how it goes kind of thing. And now I'm like, nope. Been there, done that. It's a no from me.
Thank God for writing maturity, right?
Yeah.
You know your voice better than anyone else, and no one's going to tell you how to write a book.
Right.
So that's awesome. You'll take feedback, but you're not going to.
No, and that's another thing. I don't take that kind of feedback anymore. Right. If you can give me, you know, and you
don't have someone saying you can't do that. And if you did that, then that's when I get involved. But thankfully you don't have that going on.
No, and you
can't write that kind of book, right?
Well, that and there won't be snippy margin comments this time about, my choices, and particularly always saying, I hate your heroines. Like, stop. Like, it's not constructive. It's not helpful. Let's all just make the best book. And I'm always been the person, and I tell this to people who beta read for me. I want you to tell me what's wrong. I want you to tell me what you don't like. I want you to tell me what's bugging you. I want, if something's repetitive or slow or draggy, like I want to know all those things. What I struggle to deal with, and I had this once, and I had to like let go of a beta reader over it, where she was like, and in fact, it was one of the books in this series. And she was like, I will not put up with a hero who lies for any reason. And I'm like, he's saving her life. And she's like, don't care. He's a liar. And I'm like, okay, then this is you having a specific problem. And I knew her personal history. And I'm like, this is you and your personal history. This is not the average person. Ask most girls, if he lied to you and it saved your life, would you be okay with it? Sir, yes, sir. That's all I can say.
Say that again.
Sir, yes, sir.
That's right. That's going to be the new mantra for sure.
Okay. Let's see. Thank you, Joanne. You know what? One of my beta readers on this project is specifically someone who says, not only have I never read paranormal, I have an aversion to it. Like, I actively do not like it.
So now it's a challenge.
Yes, and I'm like, that's always how I work.
It's a challenge.
It's like, all right, challenge accepted. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Fawn. Thank you.
Do you have to what? This is not working. Do you have to reread the DDB books, or do you remember the whole storyline? I don't necessarily remember all of the itty bitty details, but do I remember the storyline? Yes. this was the subject of so much conversation. I used to have another author friend that I would go to lunch with a lot, that we actually happened to work in the same office. And this has probably been almost 20 years ago that he and I started talking about this series, like a lot. And when we both found out that we wanted to write, or were writing, we started like having lunch at once or twice a week. And we would have these, like, it would be literally like, we would sit down, order a salad and be like, okay, where are you at? We had about 15, 20 minutes. We'd each talk, get through subjects. Like, we would really chat out. And I talked so much about where I wanted to go.
Right.
And not just the trajectory of any one book. This is a giant overarching story. You'll get an HEA in every book. I'm not leaving you with Cliffies on every book. Every couple will get resolved. But there are giant, like, overarching story Cliffies that, because it takes a while to bring down. Yeah. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Let's see. What are you saying, Shirley? You've enjoyed. Thank you. You started with the Doomsday Brethren.
Awesome,
there's
Shirley.
a lot of those people too. Thank you, Rhonda.
Awesome,
I'm
Rhonda.
really, really excited, you guys. For reals, I am.
Thank you.
Let's see. Hi, Allison. How are you?
Do not click on Shannon Hunt's thing.
Well,
we all know this.
That.
We all know this is true, by the way. But yeah. She's
That's
stuck
funny.
on this size and girth thing.
She really is.
I don't
know.
I had all my clothes on the whole time everyone was here. I wasn't streaking the house like I normally do.
Yeah. You were thankfully not streaking. That's good.
At least I had a tip jar out, maybe.
You're so funny. Let's see. Did I reread it? I meant to. I got about partway through book 2, and then Matt and Madison ate my life, and book bonanza, his mother's stroke, like it became this thing that piled, and
we're still unpiling.
We're still trying to unpile. And then I finally got to the point where I was like, in some ways I remember enough of the main through line. I almost don't want what was, because I know I'm going to make some changes. Right. So anyway, hey, Ames.
She's in the hospital.
You're in the hospital, girl. What's the matter? Are you okay?
Hope you're okay, darling.
I've been thinking about you, actually. I hadn't seen you a lot lately, and I was getting worried about you. Keep us posted.
Yes. What is it Shannon Hunt is saying now?
Let's see.
We have to put her on blitz here.
Where is she? Oh, there she is. Well, hang on.
Shannon.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Shannon. No.
For once, you make a good point. I think Tad should make. Where's Cat? I need Cat Hill here to back me up. I mean, Tad needs an appearance in Doomsday Brethren.
I don't think he does.
It's kind of like a rogue.
I don't think so.
He's a nasty gun or wand slinger or whatever.
Wand slinger. No. Slinger. Okay, that you're funny.
What was that? What was the slinger in South Park?
I don't know.
It was Hammer. It was Hammer.
Oh God, I don't know.
the your brand place.
Yeah. Okay.
Victim. Okay, inside joke. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. It's so inside, I don't even get it. Thank you,
Shannon
Tracy.
is on a roll tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know what? I always strive to. When you go to some of these author seminars, I have to tell you, they'll be like, first of all, stay in your lane. Okay, I suck at that. I suck at staying in my lane.
Shayla Black does not. The box does not.
Well, you know what? A million years ago, I tried to sell books to Harlequin, and I finally had an editor who wrote me after we had tried to write like 3 books together. And she finally wrote me, and she was like, okay, so here's the thing. She said, you're a great writer and you're going to have a great career. She goes, it just won't be here because you can't manage to stay in the box.
You're too edgy, Shayla Black.
I was. For them, she was like, could you tone this down like a bunch? And I was like, no. Why would I do that? That's not what people want. She goes,
was that like Sweet Valley High and stuff like that?
No, gosh. Yeah, no.
Was it Closing the Door?
No, it wasn't even that. Hi, Sharon. Good to see you.
Hey, Sharon.
Virginia's. I've never read Doomsday Brethren, have never been a big PNR fan, but you're excited to read this. Thank you. Like I said, I want this to be approachable for everybody, and it's so hard to come up with a description. People are like, what is your series about? And I'm like, it's about like magic and stuff, because I also suck at describing my work. Like, as
it's
a general,
not historic.
It is
Cool.
not.
It's not
it's
historical.
Not historical. So
just want to be clear.
If
you guys watched last week,
how can anyone hate your heroines? They hate them all. There is somebody who really hates all my heroines and yet still reads my books, and it never fails. I always, with every book that comes out, and yes, this has already happened with Wicked and Bear, I get the 1-star review. Why are all your heroines so stupid? Why do they make the dumbest decisions ever? And I'm like, listen, there are decisions sometimes that I would make too. So
number one,
maybe we're just different people.
Number one, we try to keep her away from reviews sometimes.
It's true,
but it takes a village, Shayla Black.
Not everybody's going to agree.
It takes a village, exactly. And those folks will just be in a tribe of their own. We just kind of set them off on the life raft, and they.
I also think that what happens, especially with Wicked and Bear, I've already seen a couple people who didn't read the first book, and they're like, "This book makes no sense." I'm like, "Cause you didn't read the first book. I freaking tell you, there's like an announcement at the beginning. If you have not read Wickedest Secrets, you will be lost." Didn't lie to you. Let's see. That's the wrong kind of beta reader. Yeah, Rhonda. It was a lot. And I was like, I understand I think you're talking about the situation with the lying hero. I'm like, it's the kind of thing, if you had said to me, this is going to be a hard book for me because this is kind of one of my personal hot buttons. 100%. I get that. But, to send it back to me and say, I will hate this book forever because he's a liar. I'm like, wow, that's a lot.
It's a lot of hate.
It's a lot of hate. So anyway, see, this is how my brain works. So back to all of the author things where they tell you to stay in your lane. I can't do that. They also tell you to like come up with an elevator pitch for your book, meaning like if you only had the amount of time that you were in an elevator with somebody, you should have that pitch down. Was never good at that. There's a whole bunch of things they tell you to do. They tell you to synopsize your series, and I'm like,
that style of industry is gone forever.
I can't do that either. Yeah. Well, and this, Rhonda, you see this. We're in some of the same groups, some of the entitlement. And I have to tell you, the thing that really disturbed me was when we had this Stuff Your Kindle day, what was it, like a couple weeks ago? And, authors are giving up revenue on a book to make it free or perma-free, to try to get new readers to try them. So when readers were saying things in the comments like, yeah, I downloaded a bunch of books, but, I read like a paragraph or two. And if it was written in third person, I would DNF it. If it didn't grab me in the first 2 lines, I DNF'd it. It just seemed like all of the amateur writers were the ones putting their free books up. And I was looking for the really popular books, but of course they weren't there. And I was like, the point of a thing like this is discovery. It's not reading the books that you already had on your wish list for free, because girl, that's not going to happen. Like,
that's comfort zone reading. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And that's okay sometimes.
But sometimes some of my favorite books have come not from people I had ever read before.
Right.
Not in genres I had ever read before. Like, I would have sworn to you I would never read a sci-fi romance in my life. And yet one of my keeper shelf books is a sci-fi romance. So anyway, just saying.
Oh, tell Lexi Lou Von Butthead we said hello as well.
Just saw that. That's cute.
That's sweet.
I
love the name.
Will anyone from your previous books be in DDB? You know what? I had a crossover.
That's a good question.
I had a crossover going before. It was one crossover. It was really light. I'm going to rethink some of that. I'm not there yet, so maybe, but I'm playing with some things mentally. We shall see. For one, you thought it was One couple for the storyline. No, it is not. Every couple has their own book, but you definitely have to read these in order. I'm just going to tell you now, if you do not read them in order, you'll be like, who, what, huh?
Shayla, you lied.
What the heck? Yeah. Yes, each story is definitely a different character,
yes.
for sure.
Yes, yes, yes.
Let's see. Tomorrow is your birthday. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you.
Did I tell you my story today about birthdays and getting old?
In just a minute. You've had an ovary removed. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
I know. Ouch. Ouch. Heal up and rest well, my dear. Let's see. Enjoy your birthday. Yes, yes. I'm behind you guys, obviously. Oh, here we go. Could or wouldn't you make Tad a bad guy? Margot's revenge. I don't know, man.
Margot, I'm a very dangerous man.
Yeah, okay.
I have a very specific set of skills.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I do.
Staying my lane is boring. I'm not very good at it either. I don't like being told what to do. I know you have no idea that that's
I did not marry a stay in your lane kind of gal. And that's not who this is. It never has been.
Never have been.
The only thing that she's changed is she's gotten to be a better driver. And that's about it. I'm giving you that. And you'll agree with me on that too, by the way.
Well, you know what, Christina? It was, and I probably should have been like more not surprised that I couldn't do it, but she kept, it was like she would send me revision letters and she would be like, I really like this, but I would like it better if, and then, she had all these things and I'm sitting there and mentally going, but you've literally made every boring choice there was to make, every predictable
formulaic.
It was like, no, I don't want to do any of that. Yeah, I finally, when she sent me that last letter and she's like, look, you're going to have a great career and you're a great writer, but not here. I was like, thank you.
Okay, I'll make a deal with you.
Okay.
No Tad and Doomsday Brethren.
Okay.
But I want elves from Eurovision.
Oh.
The elves have gone too far. If you want to do more murders, here's the knife.
I'll leave the knife here if you want to do more murders.
When Rachel and Shannon were here, we introduced them to Eurovision and had a blast. It was so much fun. Netflix.
Kelly, it actually is one of it's like a compliment that you don't even realize how much of a compliment it is, because it's so hard for me to want to read another genre, especially if I'm like, this is not really my jam, just saying. And sometimes when people have given me good recs, I've actually fallen really in love. But we've all read the book where you're like, if that's the example of this genre, yeah, no, that's not for me. So I really want not to be that person, because I completely need to, I want to immerse and give you guys the experience that I wanted it to be all along. So
this was Drew's comment to the person that was giving you the crap.
Oh,
thanks. Same to you. Enjoy your special day.
Right.
I love it.
Oh, let's see. Yeah. So they start coming out again on October 24th.
Tempt Me with Darkness.
Yes.
And the pre-order is already up and you see the beautiful cover. So
yeah, Nalini is a person, who does not stay in her lane well either. Right. So I appreciate that there's a few of us who suck at that. That's always my question too. And I think sometimes, they'll tell you that they're hoping that you get better, but I'm like, you're obviously like something about it because you continue buying books and you're reading them.
Yeah, I would never. So I wouldn't call them stupid, but I would say it's just. I just don't understand the rationale and how they're expressing it, right? So
right.
There's the Switzerland response, but
well, and I still don't understand. It's like some people take delight in giving you the 1-star review on your release day, and I'm like, I don't. Wow, what a small little life. I don't get it.
Yeah, bless your heart.
Bless your heart. That's what we would say in the South. Exactly. So this is going to be like, exactly. This is going to be so much fun. So much fun.
The nail. That's what I tried to say last week with the Angels. I tried to say that, but Shannon flustered me and another word came out.
Thank you, Susan. I think Madison is kind of very girl next door who got in a bad situation. She's kind of just like your every girl, you know? To me.
I've always been a girl next door kind of guy.
Uh-huh. Agree, right, Kelly? You know?
Kelly just it's like
Oh,
Ted
I'll
Lasso.
let you answer this question.
Are you that girl when told no goes to great lengths to say
when told no, goes to great lengths to say
yeah no, she's like she get her eyes get a little sparkle. I'm gonna shove this down their freaking throat. She gets very excited.
Yep. That's exactly.
Thanks for reading. I couldn't read.
Okay,
I have
welcome.
a smudge in my glasses.
That's exactly what it is. We have dirt going to be delivered soon, so someone could be fertilizer.
Put a little lie in there. No, I can't say that.
Thank you, Rhonda. If anybody asks for enemies to lovers or all the angst, you know what? I think I'm back in the zone. I think, and you guys can tell me after if those of you have read Matt and Madison. I feel like I'm back in the zone, like in a whole nother zone, back with the like sex department too. Like that was just fun shit to write.
Well, I'm glad I could be the inspiration for that Shayla Black.
Oh Lord. Oh, that's another one. They're ick words. Like you can't even keep up with that. I give it like these long threads about what are your ick words in a sex scene. You know what?
This is what you should do. Just take a poll going forward, so you don't write those books anymore. You take a poll with the ick words and never include those words. That's exactly what you should do. Not
Virginia DNF is do not finish
or did not finish.
Do not. I'm not. Oh,
is they recommending people? Oh, okay.
No, when they say somebody says DNF'd a book. Okay. Yeah, they did not finish.
You know what DAK is?
Denial of knowledge. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, I know that too.
One thing I know.
Thank you. That's a world I love too, and I want to get back to it.
Selena, there's too many worlds.
There's so many worlds.
But she loves them all.
Yeah. You've had many conversations with friends, so we can have that TED talk on the entitlement of new readers. I know. I feel like, that was one of the things I felt. Thank you, Christina. And because you know what I'm saying, you were there. Like, I felt like the last signing I went to in particular, I felt like this was a new brand of reader who they're so don't want to get out of their comfort zone. And I'm like, you guys, there is way more to life than the super smutty 100-page KU read that you just came across. And they're recommending like the same 5 books over and over again. I've read all of them. Okay. I mean, not taking anything away from them. They were enjoyable. I did like them. There are more than 5 books out there.
Yeah. And more than 5 authors.
Yeah. Exactly. So, I think that's a really insightful way to put it, Kathy. You never know, and it's always good to expand your horizons for sure. And that's sometimes how I've found some of my favorite books. And honestly, one of my favorite books of all time is one I found through a freebie thing. Like, I'd never heard of this person. I didn't know anything about her. I didn't even really like the cover that much, but the blurb sounded good. And I was like, okay, I'll give this a whirl. And I was like, wow, it blew me away. It was so good. And then she stopped writing. Go figure. Let's see. You discovered BookBub and you use it to find new authors. Yeah. Have to say a book has to be really poorly written. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, then there are.
And there are people, and this is the other thing to understand, because I do see baby authors all the time who are like, I'm putting out my first book and I took a whole bunch of grammar classes and I'm really trying to learn. They're like, I don't have the money right now for an editor, but that's if I make enough money, that is the very next thing I'm going to do. And you know what?
That's awesome.
I can't knock them because good editorial guys can run, depending on the length of the book, can run almost $1,000. I mean, there's not that many people willing to be $1,000 in the hole before you even put out the product and hope that you make it back.
Especially with as long of books as you write.
Yeah. I mean, my editorial is not cheap.
but it's good editorial. It's worth it. I'll be honest with you. It's worth every penny.
You know what? I'll let you know what, Rebecca, if you have any theories on why a senior can't get any lifting, because I might sign up for that.
Rebecca, I will sign that petition. Send it to me. I will sign it twice.
I think they only let you sign it once.
I'll sign it twice.
Okay, perfect.
One is Tad, one is William Black.
Only if Shannon says only if the elves are named Ted, Charlie, or Heidi.
And Heidi.
Oh, here we got somebody else
elves.
who loves Eurovision.
Oh my God,
it's one of my favorite movies.
Dawn, I introduced that to my niece as well when I was in Pennsylvania, and she laughed. She loved every bit of it. And then when we introduced to the girls, when Shannon was awake, she got to see most of it.
Yeah.
Rachel loved it. It's so much fun. Oh my God. I want to go to Iceland. I so want to go to Iceland and see the elves.
You know, it's so funny because growing up, my next door neighbors were Icelandic, and they went over every couple of years and spent the summer. And I remember one year they brought us back some Icelandic yak, which is like like alcohol.
Oh, that was milk.
No, it was their alcohol.
Yak milk. I don't want that.
No, it was not. It was just clear alcohol. But wow, I remember it being really strong.
It's not soju.
It was not soju.
I love soju.
So if you've never seen Eurovision, at heart, it is a best friends to lovers story
from Netflix,
and it's
comedy.
It's so cute, you guys. It really
awesome.
is.
It's awesome. The music is awesome.
Have I ever heard of Sharon Sale? Of course. You went to the Friends of the Library sale. Lady told her about it. She was local to us. Yeah, she is a really good writer. She's somebody who did come out of Harlequin a long time ago. She used to, in fact, when I joined RWA to begin with, she was, I think, on the board. Or she was on the board soon thereafter. So yes, I am deeply aware of who she is. And I knew she lived in Oklahoma. I didn't know she was, and she's still writing, I think.
Susan, I did see your post. And yeah, we're going to talk about the excursion we took the ladies to see the Bucky.
So long-term goal is 1.5 years for all to, Kelly, you will be waiting a while because of course, if all I had to do was Doomsday, I would be like dropping them much more quickly, but I don't. I have so many things. And now that Rachel and Shannon have spent a few days with us, we have even more of the things. We have so many of the things that are going on.
And if Shannon and Rachel said one thing to us, they said it really was the overwhelming, overall arching parable of the
event, yes.
Whatever, I can't get it out. Which was order. We have to have some semblance of order.
So translation.
Because we are so good at going, we're good at shiny and saying, okay, maybe not, but it's like opportunity. Oh, go. Oh, here, go with this one. Oh, I had a great idea. And then we go down that bunny hole.
So translation, Shayla really needs to stop getting excited about writing so many different things and let us execute a plan.
I was trying to come up with some creative words.
No,
I was struggling.
I know this is me.
But agreed, you are to blame. That's true. That's true.
That's true.
I just carry the water, and I just try my best. And Shannon and Rachel, they tolerate me.
Well, you know, I'm just saying.
Without Shannon and Rachel, though. Don't know what we do.
I don't either. So let's try not to find out. Sorry, I he'll chap today. Anyway, so yeah, it will be a few years, but I don't think you want to wait that long, Kelly, because what will happen is you will get spoiled and then you won't be happy. So this is a series you're going to probably want to try to keep up with as they come out.
Yes, they are.
The first
two. The first two are up there. Yes. So the first one will be Tempt Me with Darkness. That's full-length novel, and then the second one is Capture Me in
Moonlight.
And that one's a shorter one.
It's a short novel.
Yes, exactly.
At least as it is right now. I have not yet put my stamp on it. So.
And that one's scheduled to come out when?
March something of next year. Yeah.
But Tempt Me with Darkness, book 1, which sets the whole stage for everything, coming your way October.
Yeah, I think Matt and Madison was too, and I had a really freaking good time doing it. So, thank you, Susan. I felt like that too. Like when it makes me cry, I don't always get that, but sometimes I do. And then...
you know what? I hate to see you cry.
I know you
it
do.
It hurts me to see you cry.
Do.
But when I know where it's coming from, it makes me feel.
Then he comes in and he's like, okay.
Because you've either had a breakthrough or you come out of a scene and you just feel it's a cathartic thing for you.
It is.
It really is. And you're like, okay, I need to eat something now. So, okay, let's go eat.
You know what? I feel like I love this too for so many reasons because, and one of them I think is you don't have to be that person all the time. You don't have to be in people's face all the time. You can be a really genuinely nice, pleasant person. But I felt like Madison in particular, when she got pushed far enough, she was like, okay, listen, we're going to do it my way now. Yeah. Yeah. What is that, Christina? Honestly,
and I'm happy for him. I think that's awesome.
That is, but I'm like, there's so many. I mean, I will just pick random, you guys, the most random books sometimes. I will buy the most random books.
You love finding new.
I do. And sometimes I have found books that I got super excited about. And then I'm like, everyone go read this. Go read it. Like, I don't have a lot of people though who will do what I tell them to do, and it's very frustrating. Like, go read this. You know. Oh, this is another like soapbox of mine too. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, what would you like her to do? She has health challenges. You know, there are lots of people who have health challenges. You know, is it sucky for her readers? Yes. But there are people like literally back in the day, if you were looking at the also bots before they got rid of them on Amazon, Maya Banks and I had almost the identical also bots, and she was my number one also bot and vice versa 99% of the time. Right. So I'm always like, okay, I don't know what to say. Like and I'm not the only person who would have been one of her also bots. There are people out there still writing books who really will fill that space if that's your very particular jam.
When's the last time we saw Maya? Was that in New York?
Yeah, and that's been like a decade ago.
What was that restaurant?
I don't remember.
It was the one with all the Sardi's.
Yeah,
right, with all the caricatures.
Yeah,
and I found Charles Nelson Riley.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's true. If you knew Madison from the previous books, absolutely. Thank you. Like I said, to me she was just like, she was almost like every girl.
But your characters always come full circle.
Well, they need to,
and you never leave. Your characterizations are what bring you to the show.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
that's awesome.
Thank you,
and you've never
Susan.
let up on that.
I love creating characters that feel real to me. If they don't feel real to me, I don't want to do it. Right. I don't want to be with them, and I don't think anybody else wants to either. But see, I think that's fair, Dawn. And I think that's what so many reviewers say. If I have to give a book less than a 3, I'm probably just not going to review the book like out loud. Fine. And that's great. Like there was nothing I thought was before, like in the days before we had Goodreads and all that, we used to have blogs, and there were like a few really influential bloggers, and the sun would rise and set on their reviews. And I never understood that, because even if somebody, and some of these people gave me awful reviews, and I just always felt like books are so personal. Just because you like it or don't like it doesn't mean anybody else is going to feel the same.
It's like movie reviewers.
Absolutely.
I can't stand them because they don't represent anyone. If they're representing themselves, that's great. Most of the time they're not. They're representing another interest.
Right.
I don't like them.
Yeah.
I'll make up my own mind. Thank you.
Yeah. And I think this is another thing that's so interesting to me. A lot of talk about endings, and I know endings are so important. And I'm going to be honest, in some ways, endings are like a test of the author's stamina. Because sometimes you get to the end of the book and you're like, I need to be done with this mentally. I can't be here anymore. Like, I'm so tired. I get really exhausted just spending all the time with these people. And I'm already like on to my next book or vacation, or like I want to open a bottle of champagne and call it done, like whatever. It is one of the hardest things in the world to sit down and write the really long scene at the end. Like, you guys don't even know that pivotal climactic scene at the end of Wicked and Bear, that was one of the longest scenes of the book. And I got to the end and I was running out of time. I was in here 14, 15 hours a day. Like, the book was pouring out of me, but I was tired, you guys. Like, I sat at my desk so long, my ankles were swelling. Like, this was a whole thing. And I needed to get done. And it's one of those things I get when authors say, I don't know how to get to the end faster. I need to get to the end faster. Like, I'm done.
Right.
Mentally, I'm done. Physically, I'm done. And sometimes you just can't. And when you try to take that kind of shortcut, it can ruin the whole book.
And that's not you.
I try not to.
It's never been you.
My problem is I'm not, like, I'm maybe the least sentimental romance writer out there. So when people like say, oh, do this and do that, and I would have liked it, if you do this like pretty pink bow with lots of hearts and flowers, like, I'm not a schmaltzy girl. So that's hard for me. So it's hard for me sometimes to be like, what should I put in this HEA scene besides I love you too, we getting married? Sure. Are you pregnant? Great. Like, it's really hard to be like finding that super clever way or going on.
Because you're a little more pragmatic than that.
I am very pragmatic.
So it's like our date nights, right? Our date nights are, okay, are we going to bed early tonight? What's going on?
Yep.
Feed me and let's go to bed early.
Let's go to bed early. Let's see. Going to a signing in San Diego. No, maybe 2 authors. One lives here in Vegas. Yeah. And that's
exactly, Lauren.
And that's what you really should do. It's great to go see authors but go see authors you don't know.
It was great at Book Bonanza when someone would come up and say, I've heard of your name, but I don't know anything about your books. Can you tell me?
Yeah. And then I suck at that. And then they look at me like, okay.
It's a good challenge for you.
I suck at it.
As long as I don't jump in, right?
No, he's better at it than me. And then they go, okay.
You know what? Today's your lucky day.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you came.
Yeah. Okay.
We do our best.
She did get friend zoned a lot. So I was happy to finally give her, a story of her own. And I felt like, I always knew that I was building up to her. So it was a good time to be able to finally be like, okay.
So I think it's safe to say she found true love.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a peeve, right? All the stories and duets or trilogy. That's great if there's content for 2 or 3 books like yours. Sometimes that wasn't the case. Yeah. So I think part of that is with the success of 50 Shades, there were so many people who had never written before. And, they had always wanted to, had the yen to, all that kind of stuff. And then what you got was them all looking at 50 Shades going, oh, we're supposed to write in trilogies now. For those of us who had been here a long time. By then,
it's over. I mean, if you're starting to write for a trend that's already existing, then it's over. And writing a trend. Well,
but they didn't know that either. They just, I want to write a book, and so that's really where you got so many of those people who were just like, this is what I'm supposed to do. I don't really know how to do it. And you live and you learn, and you mostly learn by doing. I've always said it's one of the hardest things in the world with the advent of indie publishing, roughly 2012, we all learned to write, back when we had the gatekeepers and whatnot of agents and editors and publishing houses. And, if a book wasn't up to snuff, they would tell you a book wasn't up to snuff.
To their standards.
Whatever that was. Were. And whatever they thought the market would bear, which turned out to be horribly wrong sometimes. But I have talked to a lot of indie authors who have always been indie and came around after the advent of indie publishing. And they're like, it's one of the hardest things was learning how to write in public. And I never thought about it like that because I didn't. But I mean, they basically classify it as having learned how to write in public, and there are always growing pains with that. And some people were like, I wish that I could go back to like a book one or a first series and rewrite it, but realistically you can't, and there's a lot of reasons for that. So anyway,
but you always think about later on in
oh
life,
yeah,
right? Thank God you have the opportunity, rare as it is, to go back and retouch Tempt Me with Darkness.
I do.
I mean,
and this is a rare opportunity.
Rare,
yeah,
to have the time to do it. Number one,
right.
Number two, the rights to do it, and number three, the interest in it.
Absolutely,
so it's awesome.
There's a good question for you,
Jennifer. That's not going to happen.
He is not a writer.
The only thing that's going to happen is my unauthorized biography, which I might write. But other than that, I'm not going to write. But I will be narrating something for the Kickstarter. So we'll be, or for the 25th anniversary box.
Yes.
So that's about as close as you're getting anything outside of my box.
Y'all are talking about Buc-ee's, and you found out Oklahoma has a place called Gorilla Gas.
I have heard of that, Kathy.
I have not. I know I'm interested. Selena says when she was bored during COVID and bought so many ebooks and audiobooks from the library, they would only have book one or two of the series, and you end up buying the rest to see how it ended.
Sure.
I think in the indie circles, they've gotten better about distribution through things like Libby and Hoopla and Overdrive so that you can get a whole series. But they used to really restrict, like libraries would only buy certain things. Right. And what they found is people wanted those first, book or two in a series, and then they didn't pick up the rest, especially in a series where you had to have read them all. It just got too hard for people to borrow 10 books or whatever it was.
So if you guys are library readers and you want some of Shayla's books
Good night, Beverly,
stocked in the libraries, please ask them to order them, because we make them available for libraries as well. And we'd love to see them in more libraries, honestly. You have such a huge catalog. It'd be great to see them out there more.
Kathy, thank you. This is exactly, I wanted, like I said, she's every woman. Yes. She's like, where she's not necessarily in any one person's face, etc.
Evita had a great question.
Okay.
Will the books from your store with NSFW art still be available in a few weeks because book budget? Evita, they'll always be in the Shayla
That's our
store.
Exclusive version.
So the books that have the WD-40 art or
NSFW,
whatever,
okay,
are which ones are they? Remind me.
What?
That have the NSFW art. Wicked.
I think it's Secrets and Bear for. Right. I think it's just Secrets and Bear right now. That was our first experiment with Secrets and Bear, I believe.
Okay. So answer yes, Evita.
Yes. Good night, Renee.
Good night, Renee.
Maya Banks is how you found me, Virginia says.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Virginia.
we were also bots forever. Eve says, I love that your stories are different plots, different characters. Mm-hmm. I wish sometimes that I could be that person who, and they talk to you in author circles about being predictable in the sense that every time your reader picks up a book from you, they know exactly the kind of book they're going to get. And I'm like, no, I can't even really do that. Sorry, guys.
No.
Yeah.
You're too damn unique, Shayla Black.
Well, I can't fit in boxes. I don't work like that. My brain doesn't work like that. Like I wish. Sometimes, but it doesn't. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So let's see. Yeah, that's another thing, Christina. A lot of people just, forget. I had somebody up in my PMs about 2 weeks ago who is really unhappy about the fact that it looks like, we're waiting for a while to finish Heavenly Rising. And and she was really, really unhappy. And I told her a few of the things that I've been going through, that Jenna's been going through, on top of deadlines, on top of other things, on top of things that we know are coming, that we haven't talked about, but she knows she has some challenges ahead of her. I have some ahead of me. And they're not all bad things. Some of them are potentially good things, but they are personal life things that will eat time. Yep. And you have to be prepared to, again, it would be
It's a hard decision to make.
It's a hard decision to make. And it would
when you push a book out like that.
It would be harder, frankly, to, promise again and then have to say, oh, nope, can't do it.
Not going to do it.
Yeah. So I'm waiting until we're sure. Oh, wow. You brought Madison was going to be one of the bad guys during the beginning of Zai's story. Ooh, I like to surprise you. Let's see.
What was it? What book was it? I forget which book it was. That one of the heroines or in the book was going to be a bad guy originally.
Yeah.
Remember her?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember her.
Yeah.
I kind of liked her.
Oh, well.
I like the bad girl. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I like to make them see the light of day.
Because that's how you are.
I like to make them see the light of day.
I know. Good night, Lisa.
Good night, Lisa.
Yeah, I know. Adulting. Oh, Rhonda's saying, I just finished an art that the ending was perfection. It was long, but it needed. Yeah, exactly. When it happens, that's the thing. Have to be careful at the end, especially when you feel the book should have finished a while ago. Yeah, and I'm always,
Cindy, you're right.
I'm always that person that when you could have given me a decent ending, like 3/4 of the way through the book, and it's still dragging on, especially if everything is resolved. I'm one of those weird readers. If everything is resolved with the relationship, but the book is continuing, I'm like, why are we here? I know.
Is it time to have a baby? What is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Gosh, my mouse does not want to work tonight. There are times when I'm reading a book and I think, I wish the author did this, or I wish the author did that. Well, and it's so funny because so many authors start from a place of, I read a book that I think I could have written better. And I've heard people say that, and that's cool. That's fine. A lot of times what happens is people start writing a book and they figure out it's a lot harder than they thought it was. And that's okay.
And I know my limitations. So I will not be writing a book.
I just reach into your chest and rip out my heart. It's good. Thank you, Kathy.
Kathy, she has that ability. And then she looks at me with those eyes going, she wants something. Okay, darling. Let's go. It's your turn. Come on.
I know. This is such an interesting. I read a book where the storyline was amazing. It was 4 books. It branches off. Same track of it. Oh, yeah.
All jumps ahead.
Yeah. You know what? And it's so funny because I've written the book. I tend to write, you guys know, books with compacted timelines. Like, I've had people write me and go, you don't know that you want to marry somebody in 3 days. And I'm like, well, actually, I do.
Who?
Well, how many people have I been married to?
I don't know. How many have you been married to? You have something to confess, Shayla Black?
No, that's another conversation for later. But
I'll show you how to confess later.
I bet you will. So in the meantime,
get out of the mood.
I felt like it when I have done books with longer timelines and you don't necessarily have scenes in between, it's really hard because you're a little bit like, I don't want to say something when I have nothing to say, but I also don't want people to think they missed something. It's a really difficult. I think it's another reason I tend to write books with compacted timelines, because I also don't like that feeling of having missed something. So anyway,
Sharon had a great question.
Let's see. If we pre-order Matt and Madison book 2, will they get mailed out to us? Go ahead.
Yeah. So our copies of Matt and Madison should arrive late next week. As soon as they arrive, then Sharon will turn those around and get that out to you. So look for it the week of August 1st for us to get those. Everybody that ordered Wicked and Bear will get that out to you.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. That's the question.
Yes. Thank you, Eve. She was trying to. WD-40 is a whole nother trope.
Jennifer, I'm doing my best. My best.
That's so funny.
I'm doing my best.
It
just doesn't roll off the tongue. I'm sorry.
It doesn't.
The naughty pictures. I don't know how to say those things. Why don't we just say naughty? And it's naughty.
I think that's really odd. Because you can get them, and I hear from other libraries.
I don't understand that.
I'm getting ready toward the end of the year to do something that should make them more available, wider places. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. Hopefully by the end of the year.
Thank you for asking.
Thank you, though. I appreciate that.
Really sweet of you.
Let's see. I'm trying to catch up. let's see. If you're an ARC reader, what if you don't like the book? What is that? Okay, so an ARC reader is literally somebody who takes the book. And so I'll just give you, for instance, for the people who were ARC readers for Wicked and Bear, they got the book between my copy edit and the proofreader. So we tell people this is an uncorrected proof of the book, meaning I still have one more proofreading pass of it. So if that's the case, you can usually tell the author or whoever's running the review team, like, hey, I happen to also find these typos. If you're that kind of person and you like to find typos, like, go for it. If that's not your jam and you just want to read for story, that's 100% fine too. What we're really looking for in an ARC reader is somebody to read the book just before it comes out and be willing to, write a review and leave it on Goodreads and Amazon and wherever else you read. If you're so motivated to tell people like, hey, I read this book, it was really good. Because I know you guys all belong to reader groups. I belong to quite a few as well. And I love it when somebody will recommend my book. It like makes my day. And sometimes I will get people who come to me and they'll be like, so-and-so recommended my book and I just picked it up and I really liked it. And so those are, but mostly you are there to provide a review specifically on like the first week or so of release.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's that? I will never say I wrote the book better than the author. You hate writing with a yearning, burning passion. Well,
you know what? You know, the best kind of writing I
funny.
like is when I respond to the fans that email in.
Yeah.
I enjoy writing with you guys and talking to y'all, whether it's on PM or email. I think it's awesome. But write the day of writing long form, and I did that enough. Project management.
Hi, Chrissy. How are you? I have not talked to you in an age. I hope you are doing well. I was thinking about you the other day, actually.
Hello, Chrissy.
Good to see you. Let's see. Some libraries have become more prudish. Yes, that is true. That has always been true, though.
Well, it's always good to know that the public library can censor things, and that's awesome. Yeah, it's good to know.
Not. So anyway, we'll just quickly talk. Why don't I let you talk a little bit about our meeting this week?
We had a great time.
We had a really good time.
With Rachel and I guess Shannon too. You guys, if you joined us last Thursday for a very special edition of Tempt Me Thursday with Shayla Black, Rachel Connolly, Shannon Hunt, and me and Bob the Peony. We had
Bob's your friend.
Yeah, Bob's our friend. Bob's your uncle too. My Aussie friends will know what that means.
Hi,
New Zealand friends.
Hang on. One quick interjection. You guys, several of you here, hold that thought. I still need your Kickstarter surveys. If you didn't get it, if you didn't see the email asking for your survey, please reach out and to either him or to me, like, let us know, because then there's something wrong. But I only have like 10 of you guys left. I really need the surveys back.
We're trying to get the surveys wrapped up so we can finish our ordering and all that jazz by the end of the month. So please,
so that way everybody else gets their boxes on time too. So, okay, go ahead.
I forgot what I was saying. What was I talking about?
You were having a really good time.
Oh, we had a fairly decent time. We got 2024 and half of 2025 plotted strategically
into 26
for World Domination, the Shayla Black Tour. Oh, that'd be a cool name for tour, World Domination. That'd be cool. We should go on the road with that. I know. But we had a great time with them. Food was amazing, since I cooked a lot of it, and we got to go out a little bit too. You guys saw some pictures while
from
they
Buc-ee's.
were here, and we took them. Rachel had been. Shannon had never been to a Buc-ee's.
She was hysterical.
So a lot of you are like, "What's Buc-ee's?" Well, it's a gas station on steroids. It's like Who Had a Baby?
It's like if a gas station and like Super Target had a baby.
Exactly. So it's a destination for sure. Shannon got her picture taken with the beaver, Bucky Beaver. So don't cancel me. And then Shannon probably bought $100 worth of stuff in the store. She had her hands full. I had baby go out and get a basket for her because she had so much stuff.
She was holding, like, she had cotton candy and a plushie and like all these snacks.
So she went home with her beaver nuggets, which looked amazing.
Here, she says, biggest beaver ever. So many snacks.
And
yeah.
she got a little Bucky stuffed animal
It
for
was
her
so
daughter.
cute. It was so cute.
I love Bucky. Bucky's awesome.
Yeah.
Next time Shannon comes out, we're going to get her the Bucky pajamas.
Yeah.
We tried to talk him into a Bucky swimsuit, but they didn't want that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, my pool was broke, so we couldn't do it.
Yeah. So a lot of you are asking if I got your surveys. As far as I know, yes. All of you I'm seeing who have asked me.
If you guys have submitted yours, don't worry about it because I'll be going back and through and polling everything.
Correct.
And if I didn't get one, you'll get a message from me via Mr. Kickstarter.
Let's see. There was another question. Somebody asking when we're sending invoices for the add-ons, I guess is with the question. And now I can't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
My plan is to start sending invoices this week. So BOLO.
Be on the lookout.
But I'll need your survey back so I know where to email it
Correct.
to. So
and we're also verifying everybody's mailing addresses. I know some of you are like, but you have my address. Okay, but do I know for a fact that you haven't moved?
And a lot of folks move, so we just like to have it in one spot. I don't like to assume anything, especially with a box like that.
Yep, absolutely. And Susan says she's doing hers now. Thank you, Susan.
Awesome. Thank you, Susan. And thanks to all of you that participated in the Kickstarter. It was
you guys.
Awesome. We can't wait to be putting these things together and shipping them out to you guys. Probably mid to latter part of August when we ship everything out. But I think you're going to love it.
You guys, there's some truly we finalized a bunch of things while Rachel and Shannon were here. And I'm just like,
oh, it's
awesome. So awesome.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that so much.
So hard to make it seamless behind the scenes for you guys, but to make it unique. And of course, this one here does all the pretty things. And we just appreciate you guys. It's a group effort. We're all extension of a Team Black, and we appreciate every single one of you.
Yes. I appreciate you, those of you doing your Kickstarter surveys now. Like I said, we just need your address. We need to know if there was anything else you wanted, if there was anything else we missed. So once we get all those, he can start ordering all the things.
We got some special things coming up in the fourth quarter that we have planned. Can't wait to announce those. We've got another
and Eve has been working like crazy on the mirrors, and you guys, they're so cute.
Thank you, Eve.
So
yes.
I appreciate all of your hard work. It means a lot to me that you're willing to do all of this stuff for me. And I'm always like, could you do this? Could you do more? Let's paint it this color. Let's try it this way. Like, she has so much patience, you guys.
And Nikki Ann, thank you for the Bibling. I tell you right now, it is a savior for this young one right here.
Yes.
You are a savior. You really are. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say.
I don't know. Am I returning to New York for signing? Not currently. So next year, the closest I will be to New York, I'm really just probably doing 2 signings next year.
Did it announce already? I don't think it announced yet.
Well, we talked about it last week.
So we will be in Ohio next year.
In Columbus.
For Bray.
Bray.
And
I believe.
Looking forward to that. I've been to Ohio for my old business in Columbus and kind of know my way around.
I've been to Columbus once, but it's probably been
looking forward to
ago.
it. And then we'll be the plan is to attend Book Bonanza next year. We'll see
how that goes.
We'll see if we get invited back. Apparently, I can be a little loud and I can.
We knew that about you. I have had already. I actually just weirdly in the last 24 hours 2 invites for 2025 events.
See, we're also doing 2 professional conferences this year as well. One in Vegas and one in Florida. So you're actually doing them.
Kelly, exactly. So Bray 2023 is happening this weekend.
Right.
And I think next week they're going to, in fact, I know next week the tickets for Bray are going on sale for 24. They're going on sale July 24th. So if you would like to go to Ohio and come see me, that is, I I don't actually, they said they don't have a link yet until the day of. And I want to say they said the tickets are going on sale at like noon Eastern or something like that. So if you are near Columbus, can get to Columbus, have always wanted to go to Columbus, like that's where I'll be. 2025 Chicago. No, that wasn't one of the invites I got, but and I haven't heard of a Chicago event in a while. I'm really, you guys, trying to cut back. We've said this before. I don't travel well on the road. I don't write on the road. I don't come back rested enough.
And there's just so much going on.
And there's so much going on. I will not be able to finish the things that I want to finish for you if I keep going out and traveling. So I'm having to.
But we are going to try to make an effort of it to at least get to some different locations,
right,
going forward. And our first venture is going to be Bray. I'll get it right. WD-40. I'll get it right.
And I'm primarily wanting to do events we can drive to. It's such a haul, you guys. I don't love flying anymore anyway, but it's really such a haul to try to get all your books and all the swag. There is no way to travel with the standing banner. It's literally too big. You can't check it without it getting destroyed.
But
it's such a pain.
Yeah, it's all with the control freak here who likes to be behind the wheel and despises flying anymore.
He does.
But I'm not saying no. I mean, we're just going to have to see how things work out.
Yeah.
But, those are at least the plans right now.
Yeah, in fact, I almost thought about talking to you, Rhonda, to circle back with the folks in Tulsa, because I was going to go to the one and then it got canceled because of COVID. And then
the Hard Rock one.
Yeah, we just never
years ago, and then we just never got back. On the groove. So.
But I know they're doing it. I don't remember if the announcement I saw was for this year or next year. I don't even remember right now. Anyhow, so we had such a great meeting with Rachel and Shannon. I just want to reiterate, you guys don't even they do so much behind the scenes. It's insane. But we took a lot of time to laugh too and make a lot of good plans. So what's happening?
Dangerous danger zone.
Yeah. That is there's so much, you guys. I just I can't. There's so much. And I know I say that all the time.
Go, Charlie,
and I'm not trying to be a tease. I really am not. But and I don't want to say a lot because sometimes things don't happen in the time we originally want or in the way we originally want. So,
hey, and real quickly, you guys had asked about my mom as well. She's doing really well. Talked to my sister yesterday. Talked to her almost every day. But mom is doing well. Her physical therapy, occupational, and speech came into the condo yesterday, and gave her a workout, and it was awesome. And they're going to continue to do that. But mom is doing really well, and I'm looking forward to getting back up there sometime in August or September. So my sister and the nieces are doing yeoman's work right now and trying to support them the best I can from here. So thank you guys for your hugs and your prayers. I appreciate it.
We do. They in fact, his niece floated a picture of Mimi this morning sitting in her chair, petting her little puppy.
Hold on. I'll show him the picture.
And she looked really good, you guys. She looked happy.
There we go. There's mom. Got her baby on her lap. She's happy.
With Chloe.
Yep.
So she is happy.
She's doing well.
So thank you guys for all your thoughts and prayers, because they paid off in spades.
Very much so.
I love this idea, Kathy. If you guys, send each other friend requests to stay in touch, I think that's fantastic.
I think that's awesome.
Okay. So on that note,
there's Allison Lowe. I didn't see Allison Lowe earlier.
I said hi to her earlier.
Oh, I missed you, Allison. Good to see you.
So on that note, we should announce.
What are we announcing? Oh, we're not going to be here next week. We're going to be taking a few days off.
He has to put up with
this. This one has worked really hard on Wicked and Perry, getting all the things done. So before all the orders get in and we get busy with the Kickstarter fulfillment, and of course DDB really gets, of course she's already into it now, which means it'll be going with us. we're going to take next week off. We're going to take off for a few days, so you won't see us. We'll not be here next Wednesday, but
you
we'll
will
see
see
guys
us August 2nd.
August 3rd. Hold on, let me look.
I have
Let
to
me
look.
Okay, my calendar's
No,
all out
I
here.
think it's August 2nd.
August 2nd we will be back.
Yes.
But again, you guys that ordered print versions of Wicked and Bear, we will mail those out when we get them, and they won't be here till late next week. So we'll get them out probably August 1st in the mail to you guys when we're back. But just going to take a few days and go chillax.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
I was going to try to find something, but I cannot find it. So it'll have to wait till next time I see you because I'm so organized.
Oh, Shayla Black.
I'm not an organized girl.
First thing I'm going to do when I leave here is what? Put jammies on. That's what you're going to do.
Put my hair up.
Put your hair up, put jammies on. Yeah, I know.
I'll leave the bra on. I'm one of those people.
The shirt comes off, the pants come off. So,
yeah.
it's just, baby has to stay upstairs for the
and
rest
I will
of the night.
probably eat the other half of my dinner.
Oh my God, I have mine sitting in there too. Half the protein bar.
That was all I had
I'm
time
hungry.
for.
I'm hungry,
Okay,
Shayla
all
Black.
right.
We need to eat. I can't eat anything bad though, so I've got to be good.
Thanks, you guys. We appreciate you, and we will see you on August 2nd. We'll miss you.
We will miss you, and we'll be back in
2 weeks.
Bells on,
yes.
Smiles.
Hopefully, we won't be sunburned.
Yeah, we'll see. Why are we? It's the summer. Why are we going to get sunburned? I don't understand.
Because we're not smart.
Because we're not smart. But the drinks are included, so that's all that matters. Love you guys.
Love you guys. See you on the 2nd.
Bye.
Bye.